Testing. 1, 2. Hey, yeah. Hey, check.
Okay, hello everyone. This is Shane Valencia here. We're going to go ahead and get our meeting started. This is important that you have you're connected to YouTube. Yeah, that you're connected to YouTube and that you've gone to Iglesia Vida Nola, and you start streaming the video so you can actually follow along. I'm going to give everybody an additional minute just to make sure everybody has a chance, because these first steps are vital, because we'll be downloading the video as well as downloading the program itself, as well as getting into and logging into the OneDrive. The program that we have is Songbook Pro. This is important for any member of VIDA that's part of the band. Will have to download this into their tablet or their phone or their computer or whatever they will be using to stream. You can see on your screen that there is actually the name of the program, and we will go, each of us, to our respective app store and download it. And that's the logo is a eighth note, two of them in a box. And it is called Songbook Pro. Now, I have texted personally to each of you some login information. That is not to be shared with anyone except that's for your personal use. And we will get started in about 30 more seconds. And hopefully everybody has been able to connect and is ready to go. All right. Hopefully everybody's connected. If you are not, and if by some chance there is a reason you missed this particular seminar, it will be recorded and stored on the Iglesia Vida Nola list of videos, and you can review it later if you miss something, especially the first part, which is vital. We'll go ahead and get started. God bless you, miss you all, and we'll get started on the seminar now. As you see, we are doing an electronic hymn book. We will no longer be doing pages or adding to the written hymn book. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, if we were in Vida, you can use those codes that I sent you to connect to Vida's Wi-Fi. As of now, you'll need to connect your tablet, if you haven't already, to a Wi-Fi system that's in your house, or piggyback off your phone if you don't have a Wi-Fi hotspot. And go ahead and follow these steps. First step would you go to your settings on your tablet. And I'm going to give everybody a moment so that we're not speeding through it. Step 2, you need to open your connections menu. Then you'll have to choose your Wi-Fi option. If you're bumming the Wi-Fi off your neighbor, well, you may have to do that, but see what you can do. Then you click on your network, the one that you are interested in connecting with, and go ahead and type in your password. And this you can do at Vida with the credentials you got from Vida. You want to check the status that you are actually connected. So hopefully everybody is connected, and we'll start actually going down to download the app next. All right, this is installing OneDrive. OneDrive is basically a hard disk that is on somebody's server somewhere in the world. This is through OneDrive. We'll be using this to store our songs, our playlists, etc. So it's important that you get connected. Use the information I have sent you on the text to log in, and you, as we go on, we'll go ahead and see. If not, install it now, or you can, if you already have OneDrive on your computer, you can just open the app and follow steps 4 through 8. And FYI, just to let you know, everything you do in OneDrive shows up in the band's tablet. Okay. Only store what is necessary there, since we are on a limited program. We don't want to send everybody's pictures there or everybody's computer information to be stored. So just only store any information that has to do with the Soundbook Pro hymn book. Okay, I'd like everybody, if you have not done already, go to your app store, either Google, Apple Store, etc., Play Store, and look for this particular app. It's called OneDrive. One word, capital O-N-E, capital D-R-I-V-E, and that little logo that you see over to the right on the top, you'll see there is actually the logo they use for their program, so you can get the correct app. Okay, once you do that, you search for the OneDrive and select it for download. Okay, we're going to wait a moment just to let everybody make sure they were able to download this. If you're still having trouble, you can always download it later, or you can review this video after it's been recorded and go through the steps again just to make sure you are complete and up to date. Okay. Step 4, you want to tap on this particular icon and then select Personal. Okay. Then if you can tap on the plus sign, you can actually add an account. Okay. So if you need to add it, you can add it if you have another one. And then you can enter the OneDrive username that I've sent you. And step 7, enter the password that I also sent you via text. And finally, confirm that you see the band folders. This is actual picture of the band files itself. You'll see up here is where you click to go ahead and get those information and get this set. Like I say, if you're having trouble with the OneDrive, we don't necessarily need it right now, but it would be helpful so you can download the examples that I have on the web, on our OneDrive hard drive. Okay. All right. Now after this, we're actually going to try to download the app itself. If you have not already downloaded the app, that's the logo and that's the name of it. Okay, make sure you go through these steps to download the app itself. If anybody's having trouble, you can still text me in real time to my phone in our group text. And if I have to explain something again, that's no problem. Just text me, let me know. Or if you need another moment, let me know as well. Okay, also let me know if anybody needs a Spanish translation. If that would help clarify, I have my trusty interpreter brought in straight from Puerto Rico who can help assist in that area. Okay, in downloading the app, then go to your app store, either Google, Apple Store, etc. Search for, this is the name of the program, Songbook Pro, and select it for your download. After download is complete, open the app. Okay. Up in the corner, you'll see this navigation icon in the upper left corner. Go ahead and select that. So, is everybody on their tablet doing this? You need more time? Okay. All right. By selecting that icon, then you'll have to select this other icon for settings. When you select the icon for settings, you'll have to then select where it says buy the full version. So I'm going to give everybody to go ahead and take a moment to buy the full version because they'll need it as far as their programming is involved. Okay, we're back. We just gave everybody a chance to go ahead and fully download the app. You should be able to have the app now on your tablet. Let's go ahead and now we're going to talk about actually setting it up. This is a one-time setup. You only have to do this once, and then you can make any type of modifications that you would like to the Songbook Pro later. But we'd like to get everybody on the same page, so please follow these steps carefully so that we all can be on the same literal page. All right, here we go. Okay, those of you who have now actually downloaded the Soundbook Pro program, you'll see there'll be either a song already there or it's a blank screen, and it has the different navigation. You can see up on top, it has that navigation buttons. You have some icons on this side. We're going to explain each and every one of them. These are one of the songs that we already have in our hymn book. You can see part of it and what it would look like when we're finished with all the settings. Okay, so I'd ask first to open up your Soundbook Pro app if you haven't already. Go ahead and open it up, and you'll see that page that I just described. And then secondly, you'll see the arrow pointing to where you have to click on the upper left navigation icon to open the navigation menu. Okay, once you've opened up that navigation menu, you will then be able to have a selection where you can actually tap on the settings icon. Notice the big arrow went down to the settings. That's where you tap next. And step 4, you tap on where it says General. Choose the options on that one. So you can choose the following options. This one, since it is general, we don't have to go through every single one other than you can choose your theme. So go ahead and choose a theme. I have a dark theme because the black background saves on battery life. Also, this accent color, I left it blue. My instrument is guitar. You can click on that and you can type either your vocal or your viola or bass or whatever. Leave this in standard notation. Don't change that. The display options, these are different ways. If you leave it on the scroll, which I've already programmed each of the songs to scroll with the tempo, where they'll just be scrolling up, or you can do what's called the split songs over several pages. This one, when you get to the end of the song, like if this was the song, you're going down. When you get towards the end, you actually have to swipe it like that to go to the next page. Otherwise, you'll be on the same page. The advantage of this, you don't have to worry about tempo or anything else, but you will have to have a free finger to swipe it. So you can choose any of those. Go ahead and leave these 3 live buttons there. You can add or modify them later, but as of now, leave them there. We'll express them later. And also, progress bar is at the bottom. It'll show you if it's like 5 page of song, you'll see 5 little bars to let you know what page you're on. And each one will be labeled. We're going to go through that later. But this is what your general page should look like. Now let's go on to actual personalization. And this may take a little longer than the other parts. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so while you're in that same window, tap on where it says personalization. Now the arrow is helping you see where you need to go. If you tap on that, it'll bring up the following slide bar and screen. Notice that where it says title, as of now, just go ahead and slide that over. So you would basically grab that blue dot wherever it is, slide it all the way to the right, and you'll see I have it at 56. So for now, just humor me and bring it to 56. Select the color turquoise. You would select this button right here, pull it down, and select turquoise. Now the metadata is this data up here, the yellow part. You'll see it right there. That slide that to 20 for now. And then later on, like I say, you can always come back in the personalization menu and change it. And as of now, select that to be khaki. So the reason is because we only have a limited set of colors there, except for the actual customization of colors. For now, just select it and select khaki. Make sure these 3 check marks are visible, okay, as well. So you're going to see the different parts going up. And then make sure that since they're all checked, then we are set for this first part of the personalization page. Okay? All right, give everybody a moment there. Okay, this is going to be the second part of the same personalization page. You stay on there. So first step is going to be slide lyrics. You'll see lyrics there. Slide it to 31. Show the headers and slide it to maximum of 46. Go ahead and leave the color in default mode for now. And now we go on to the rest of the personalization. This one where you have to actually scroll up to actually get to where it says color. You'll see it circled in yellow on the screen. It's not like that on your tablet, but it's just to emphasize we're going to work with the colors now. Okay, tap on, go down to where it says add more under the category of color. And then now what you want to do, you have this menu, that a little pop-up that pops up. You want to type in this one exactly as you see it here. It's going to be 3 asterisks, a space, a capital V, ERSO, a space, 1, another space, and asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Now, don't add or subtract from this or it won't work with the songs that I'm sending, because this is the format to let it know that we changed the color for Verso. So once you got this, then you click on save. Okay, and it has to be typed exactly. If you make a mistake, you can always come back and re-edit it if it's not changing the color. Okay, so once you tapped on save, it'll save it in, and this will only save it on your tablet for your preferences. Okay, to continue on, we're going to keep repeating steps 1 through 4 for the following lyrics label. So once we've gotten there, you just do the following steps for this one. That was the first one we put in there. So type it in. If you haven't typed it in, type on the plus or the add sign, add more, type it in and save it. So we're going to be doing for each of these. I'm going to give everybody about 30 seconds just to do each one of these, just so that you have time. Okay, since we've typed this one up, we're going to start with the next title that you need to do. Okay, type it exactly. Remember, it's going to be 3 asterisks, a space, a capital letter for the first word, a space between the number, a space after the number, and 3 asterisks. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, the next label is the following. Go ahead and type that in. If I am going too fast, you can let me know by text. Text me in the group. If not, you can see I haven't erased any of them yet, so you could catch up. Those who type a little slower. Okay. Next one coming up. And now this is in the same format. 3 asterisks, a space, capital SOLO, space, 1, space, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. And make sure you're hitting the save after you type each one of these, or you won't be making any changes. Okay, here's the next title, Solo 2. All of these will give, we'll work on the colors later. We're just entering the titles right now. So each 30 seconds, I'll go ahead and flash the next one up so you can have it. Okay, now we are on the pre-coro. Now this is important because it's a little bit different. It's 3 asterisks, a space, capital P-R-E. Now you have to have a dash there with no spaces, capital C-O-R-O, a space, 1, a space, and 3 asterisks. This will be the same format for all the pre-coros. Okay, right now we're still on the chorus parts. There's still several parts to go. Hopefully we're still doing okay. If you guys can give me a text that you're watching and see that we're good, let me know. We are now going to the labels for Puente. This will be labels 1 through 4. If you are a typer that types faster, you can go ahead and advance on this. If not, I'll still give each person about 30 seconds per label just to make sure everybody's okay for the next step. Okay, 2 more labels to go after this. We're getting through it. Hopefully everybody's not having any difficulties. Like I say, those who may have joined later, I will be answering any questions. If you want to text me in our group text, you can do that. If you have any concerns or if you missed the first vital parts of this seminar, you can go back later on onto the Iglesia Vida Nola video that's on YouTube, and you can watch it at your convenience later to go ahead and go through all the steps to make sure you are up to date with our new electronic hymn book. Okay, now we are our final label would be fin, 3 asterisks, a space, capital Fin, space, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Excellent. Okay, hopefully everybody got a chance to get these in. If not, you can review the video later. Going on. We're going to continue with the personalization and start assigning different aspects. For instance, you have to scroll up the chords part again if you're not there at that part. And then once you've done that part, go to where it is font size and set that to 32. Okay. Okay, now leave the color on the font size to be the default color for now, so it will be able to be color coordinated. Also, if you notice right here is a test screen, but since they only use the word verse and we're using asterisks, verses, verso 1 and asterisks, then it won't change it here. So don't worry if it's not changing it on the example screen. Just continue this on and it will work with our songs. Okay, if you want to highlight the chords, you can click on highlight color and then choose the color that you want. So if you want to, and I'll show you the result of by doing that. Sample result would look like this. Your chords now have a highlight. I chose gold, for instance. You can have them highlighted, or you can have them just with the color that we've chosen, the default, or make them your own color. All right. Moving on. We have the advanced settings. So in this in settings mode, click on advanced, and then we're going to just go ahead and look at this right panel here and change them to make sure they stay the same. Do a flash command bar on the metronome tick, so that way it flashes, but do disable the metronome audio so that we don't have everybody clicking at different timings while we're trying to play our song. So make sure this part is off, this part is on. And your auto scroll delay, for now, turn it off because we don't want to delay. I've already timed it to where it will have enough time to see the intro songs, so you don't need more delay to it. So turn this off. And the Chord Pro settings, turn this one off. The auto font reducer, we don't want it to auto font reduce. We want to leave it at monospace, turn that default off. And then we want to warn when tabs are incorrect when we transpose. We want to make sure it's telling us those are the wrong chords, that it didn't transpose or something to that effect. Okay, this inversion of PDF colors, don't worry about that, turn it off. Auto crop on import, you can leave that on, it's okay for now. This display, necessarily you can leave it on the use default mode, and that would be fine. And printing, you can change those later if you want to print out any of the songs to a hard copy. So just tap on advanced, and the settings in themselves, just make sure they match the picture. Okay, now we're going to do what's important, and this is where you will need the OneDrive for backing up and syncing any of your files to the OneDrive. Okay, step one, want to tap on the backup and sync if you haven't already. Step two, tap on the backup library. Okay, then you will select OneDrive. Tap on that, and this will be the screen or one of the screens that would come up. Okay, you can actually tap on this part where it says the archivo del conjunto. Okay, once you've done that, if you're connected correctly to the OneDrive and you've used the OneDrive login information that I've texted to you, you should see this particular group of files, of folders, and you notice that each one of these has a name on it: Adriel, Alex, Andino, etc. And so you would save your personal files into these particular folders. If, for instance, Yvonne changes some of the song parameters and she wants her backup to go here, she'll send it and save it in there. So in the future, if she loses her tablet or gets broken or changes it or wants to put in the information in another device, she can just simply go through here and download it to the new device. Okay, so then in this case, you were saving it, that particular backup, so you'd tap your name, and then you would click on this check mark once it came up, and that will actually save your backup to where you just chose. Okay, now on backup and sync page again, go ahead and go there. Tap on the backup and sync if you're not already there. Then you want to toggle off this online sync, okay, because we only want one sync to synchronize our songs and stuff. Otherwise, we'll corrupt everybody's files by sending our notes and our changes, or if we accidentally try to, it might delete all of our songs in there. This is not good. This is mainly for an administrator to use, so please toggle this point off. Very important. Okay, if you need to restore your library, tap on the Restore Library, like if you lost your tablet or adding a device, broke a device, etc. Navigate to the folder in OneDrive, like your name folder, and tap on it, and it will actually restore it back to your tablet the way it was from the last backup that you did. All right. Now, that is basically that one-time setup. You are officially set up with to use your tablet. Now we'll actually give instruction on how to use it. Now, in Songbook Pro, we have basically two groups. One is called Songs, and one is called Set. The songs actually have individual songs that we have in our electronic hymn book. Sets are groups of songs that, say, a director or someone, if you're going to direct a Bible study and you want to use certain amount of songs for your Bible study, you can do that and save them in a group, or you don't have to be looking for the songs individually. We'll go ahead and go through the setup as well. Okay, so first step, open up OneDrive app. Second step, navigate to desired file and select it. Now, in this example, I'd like you to go to open the folder called Dirección Domingo, Sunday Sets. Open up that particular folder and select the set that says Shane 3/15/2020. This was an actual set that we did for our service for 3/15. Whoever's directing can put their name. They can put whatever they want here, and they actually has a calendar where they can actually make a date, and then they save it. And that way everybody that's in the band can go there and download it and know there's no confusion of the songs. So choose the import option once you've chosen that. Okay. All right, now that set with all of its songs are now in your Soundbook Pro app. Okay, now this is the steps that you would need to open a song on your tablet, inside your Soundbook Pro app. First step, of course, if you're not there, open your Soundbook Pro app. Okay, notice that in the upper corner, you'll see the navigate icon. Go ahead and click on that. Now you'll see here, tap on the songs icon that's in the lower part of it. Okay, now you can scroll through the list. These are the current songs that are on there right now. As we progress and put more songs in, this list will get longer and longer. Notice it's listed in alphabetical order. You can order it by title or a couple other things. Notice where it says order by title here. Clicking there will give you an option, and you can adjust the filtering. Okay, so you tap on a desired song, any one in particular. Okay, and then you tap, just one tap on the right pane, and you'll be able to see the song completely. Like, say, for instance, we chose Dame de Beber there, and then we tapped on the right pane, and now you should see the whole song there if you have it downloaded. Okay, now this opening a set is similar to what we just did for the song, but we can do this for each particular set. First step, when you're in Soundbook Pro app, click on the navigation icon again. This is where you're going to be going a lot. And then you tap several times on set icon, which is down on the bottom center until it says all sets up on top. If you've downloaded some sets, you should see them there. If not, then means you have to download some sets. Okay, go ahead, and if once our list gets very long or something like that, if we haven't deleted them already, you can go through it, scroll through it, and then you just will tap on the set you need. For instance, this set, we're going to tap on the right pane, and you'll see the set itself. It'll have all the songs in there. So that's the first song on there. You'll either swipe left or right, depending where you are at, and you will be able to jump from song to song. Okay, now deleting a song or set notice that this will only delete the song or set in your tablet. It won't delete it for everyone on the website or the OneDrive. It'll just delete it for your tablet. You can always re-download it later if you need it. Okay, first step for deleting a song or set, you open Soundbook Pro app. If you're not there, again, this is going to be redundant in a sense. Click on the navigation icon. Then you tap on a song or set icon. In this example, sets right now. Okay, and then you tap on, notice there's another icon right to the bottom center of your screen. Has the set for, the icon is expressed on the screen. You can see it there, and you can tap on that. Then you can tap on the song or set. Like in this example, we've tapped on test and example. Notice the check mark appears. These are the songs. Now remember, these are songs and things we want to delete. So we're going to, then after we've selected what we want to delete, tap on the trash can icon, and notice now they are deleted. They will, after you confirm, just click on yes to make sure. It gives you a little second guess chance to, if you want to delete them or not. You select on that, and it will delete them. Okay, now these are the live buttons. Notice that I've circled them in the bottom right of your screen. If you go to your main screen by tapping on the right window, you'll see these icons on the bottom right. This first one, top one, is called the metronome icon. This will actually count off the song because we, in the metadata, we have selected how fast the song tempo is. This bar here at the top, notice that it'll flash red with the tempo. Notice that we've turned off the sound in the settings. Now, if you're practicing by yourself and you want the sound, you can turn it back on, toggle it on. Just remember that in service, you want to make sure the sound is off so we don't have a bunch of tickings going on in the middle of our service. Okay, then when you tap the metronome icon again, it will stop the metronome from flashing, and you are good to go as far as the metronome is done. Okay, also just a note to everybody, please don't change the song tempo, because then you will be out of sync with everybody. Your flash will not be in sync with the song, and that'll make it much more difficult for you to follow it, because the scrolling happens with the correct tempo. Okay, moving on to other live buttons. There is a button there. It's called the notes. Okay, it looks like this icon. If you click on that icon, you will have a little box that will come up. Okay, depending if you are in set mode or song mode, you will get the following choices. Okay, if you are in song mode, you will get only this amount of information on your pop-up box. If you add notes here, like for instance, we're adding the note, the bass, play staccato in coro 1 and 2, it will only be added only to the song in your tablet. Now, this does not affect the songs that are sent or on the OneDrive. This only affects, these are personal notes you can add, and it puts it only at the beginning of the song. I've petitioned SBP to maybe change this where you can add notes in different parts of the song with this method. There are other ways, a little more cumbersome, and we can talk about those later. But this is a way to give some notes if any particular musician wants to add a few reminders. Okay? Now, if it is in the set mode, you get two choices. You will only affect either the songs in the set, or you will actually affect the songs in your notepad. Okay, so the first example over here, you're seeing that this one will only affect songs that are in your notebook. This will only affect the songs in your set. Okay, so if say you have the set for the director for this Sunday and you make personal notes in there, when you call up that song again, it will not show those notes. It'll only show it in the set parts. Here you get both choices. If you click here, it'll only adjust the set notes, or the song, for every time you pull up your song, click this one, and that way it'll be there for you every time you pull up your song. And of course, don't forget to save and click on the save after you're finished typing your notes, or it will not save it to that song or set. Okay, as far as the notes are concerned, if you have your set notes here, okay, you're in the set mode. What you want to do is go ahead and tap on the display type. It's going to give you a couple choices. It'll give you either inline, where it'll be written at the top of the page, or what's called an overlay. Overlay is where you're going to see when you start the song, it'll come up over the whole screen, whatever your note is. It'll block your vision to see your notes or your chords, the chords and the lyrics, and you can set it to amount of time. Like if you want it to flash the note at the beginning of the song for 3 seconds, 15, or whatever amount of time. Okay, if you choose overlay, that's what's going to happen. So choose if you want to add notes to the song and or the song in the set, and that will affect only those songs. Then you type in your note, and then you type save when you are done. Okay, the scroll itself, this is helpful whenever you are live going to play your song. This will actually scroll the song up as you are playing, and it does it with the tempo. So you don't want to start scrolling till we actually start the song. If you do it before, it'll start scrolling up ahead, and you may be out of sync with your scrolling. So step one, what you do when you're ready to start your song, you press on this icon. It's in your live view, and then you notice the page will start scrolling as the example is showing you. If you pressed it too early, you notice that you missed out a lot of your lyrics, etc. So you tap scroll again, and it'll stop the scrolling. That's pretty much easy use of the scroll line. Okay, now in the upper right corner, go ahead and look in the upper right corner. You'll see what looks like a clock feature icon. If you press that, you will have a pop-up menu that comes up saying Quick Actions. In the Quick Actions, go ahead and tap on this symbol if you are going to sync to your personal drive. Now, since you've turned it off on the settings, what this will do, it'll just bring you to the backup page for your library. That's still okay to back up your information there. So any personal notes, etc., changes you've made to your colors, to your preferences, everything will be saved in that. As far as the administrator goes, it'll actually sync whatever's on his tablet and replace all the information on the OneDrive. So that's why we turned it off for everybody except the administrator. Okay? And so for most musicians that touch that, it'll bring you back to this backup and sync menu. That's where you can actually tap backup if you wanted to at that time to back up your library. It's important that you do this on a regular basis so that way you don't lose any of your notes in case your tablet goes crazy, freezes up, gets stolen, God forbid, or broken of any of those functions. All right, now in the settings, backup, okay? If you tap on the backup button, like we did a moment ago, you will get this sub pop-up coming up, which will ask you to complete the action. So since we're saving all our data in OneDrive, you would then tap on the OneDrive icon that popped up. When you do, it brings you to, mostly at times it brings you to this one unless it was saved some other format, but you can get to this point. You tap on the Archivo del Conjunto, Band Backups, it's the top one. And it'll bring you to this menu that has all the folders of the band members. You would tap on your name, whatever, so that it's personal for you. And then after this menu comes up, you click on the check mark icon, and that will save it into your folder. And then that way your data is saved, and you can retrieve this from anywhere in the world. So if you're on vacation or you've gone out and you've been asked to do a special song or something, you can always pull it up, and it's right there. That information is there for you. All right, now the online song videos. I've also synced the video that goes with each song. So if you again tap on this icon, which is the quick actions menu, it'll pop up, and then you click on this icon which will toggle between full screen as well. Okay. Now this other function here is something important that I was talking about, the videos. So if you tap on this icon right there, I've already programmed it to go to the correct video. So if you're in that song menu and you tap on that, it'll automatically find in YouTube the video that went with this song. Now sometimes we change the key, so it may be in a different key, but it's pretty much most of them are true to the video, and some of them have our own changes in it. Okay, and then you would tap the back button to return to the Soundbook Pro. All right, now this is another function, and this particular set of steps were done on my Android tablet. I'm not sure. It seems there's differences if you're on computer or if you're on an Apple, etc. They may be different steps, but these are the steps if you want to get into what's called the practice mode. This is not necessarily a function of the SBP program, but it is in combination with the video and the program, so you can operate both simultaneously. So if you want to practice at home, this is very useful. Okay. Once your video and the SBP have been launched, so you have to launch each of them separately. You're in your SBP program, launch the video, and now they're both in their own windows. They'll enable you to practice. So what you want to do is you swipe up and tap on, if you have an icon, you tap on this icon on the bottom, and once you tap on there, it'll bring you, in my case, it brought me to this screen. As you can see, I already have a smaller version of the Soundbook Pro. This is the video that was selected for the song that Songbook Pro has. So I have this format there. What you want to do is you want to tap not on the square. You don't want to tap on anywhere on this square. You want to tap specifically the icon for the SBP program. Because in this case, when you tap on it, it gives you a submenu that says you can open it in a split screen. Okay, so you would tap on that part, and then the next step is do not tap where the video is selected. Do not tap on the icon itself, but in this time you want to tap anywhere inside this area here, because notice on the left hand side it's already prepared the SBP program to be windowed already, to have a small pane of its own. So on this one, do not tap the second time here, but somewhere around here, tap on it, and then you will now have a split screen. Okay. The nice thing about this is you can play your video, and you can have even scroll here, and this will scroll down, and you can actually practice alongside the video itself. This is very helpful when you're trying to practice at home, getting ready for our Thursday practices. Okay. Now another feature, you can also change the size of your window. You have to specifically grab, you can barely see it here, but there's like a little bitty white line there. That's where you have to grab that and swipe it this way. Of course, if you swipe it too far, you'll actually go back to a single pane window instead of the by window side. Now in this case, what you would do is you would go ahead and have that. You would hit your play button here, tap on that, and then you'd go over here and you'd tap on your scroll and start playing and enjoying your practice. Hopefully that will help. Okay, now in administrator tools, I'm not going to go into too much detail about them because that will be, whenever I'm not doing that, some other administrator will have to you keep the book going and updating it, etc. These tools are mainly for just maintaining the hymnal. Okay, therefore the administrator, some of the functions may be helpful, like the print function if you want to print it under this triple dot icon right here. But these other ones are for actually uploading and downloading songs that have been modified for everybody to use. So these tools are mostly off limits to other musicians who are not administrators. Okay, now if you want like a refresher course, the program itself actually has a place for documentations. So if you are in the SBP program, you can click on the left upper navigation icon, tap on the settings, all right, and then notice that it says documentation. That is basically the user manual. It's not very detailed. It has just very basics. It's not as detailed as this tutorial, but it at least will remind you of some of the basic functions of the program. That'll help you in refreshing your memory. All right, now for those of you that will be directing Sunday worship, we'll call you the directors. You will be selecting your songs. You will be making a set, and you'll be making it available for everyone to be able to download it into their laptops or tablets, whatever they're using. So even if you're not a director, I would ask you to go ahead and pay attention to this a little bit, just so that in the future, if you do become a director or interested, you'll be able to know how to do this. Now, this particular part can be for everyone. If you want to have all the songs in your tablet, you can follow along with this particular method. Okay. First thing you want to do is open up the OneDrive app. Then in here, you want to navigate to the Cantos Songs folder. Now notice in here, I've deleted this folder because the Cantos Nuevos, I think it would have been redundant. So all we have is Cantos in there. So that's where every one of our songs will be stored. Now you can either put it on your tablet or just leave them in the OneDrive, and just when you download a set into your tablet, it'll bring the songs with it. So you don't necessarily have to have every song in your tablet for this to work. Once you click on it, you can select the song or songs that you want to download, and it'll tell you with this pop-up, it'll say the file import. And for instance, this is the song Alaba a Dios, and then I would just choose the import function, which is import, and then now that song is now been downloaded into your tablet. Okay, now this, again, I'll reiterate that this is for importing songs. It's necessary if you're going to direct so that you can choose the songs and put them in a set. You need to have the songs in your tablet to choose them. So this is important for you. Okay. Okay, we're back. Go ahead. I had a question here locally. Remember that this may be a little bit different on the format that you've chosen. For instance, Macs are different from the IBMs. The Androids are different from the iPad. So some of these may be in different places. Mine is, like I say, an Android base, so what you're seeing on the examples are for the Androids. Okay, now for all of you directors out there or anybody that wants to create something for their own Bible study or particular group, can go ahead and use these steps to actually create a set. Okay? And this, of course, is after you've already have all the songs that you wanted downloaded into your tablet. Okay, first step, you want to tap the icon on the upper left, the navigation icon. Tap on the Sets button that is on the bottom. Okay. Okay, and once you've tapped that, then you tap on this little icon, the plus symbol down here on the bottom. This will create another set. Okay, this pop-up will come up. For instance, you would put your name, like if you're choosing for your own Sunday worship, you put your name here. Or if you are on a Bible study in Metairie, you can put Metairie, whatever you will be descriptive to you so you can find it later. Then you can either change the date by changing the icon, typing in the date. An icon, the calendar will come up, so you can actually choose any future date, even years in advance if you wanted to. But you would put the date of you actually need it, so that will, and then that'll also help anybody who's looking for this following Sunday's songs. Or if you want to be advanced and send in your set 2 to 3 weeks early, you could do that as well. Give me more people the chance to practice. Once you do that, tap on the Add button. Okay. Now, it's still not over because all we've done right now is we've named it. We've named it Test. Notice the date is there, but notice there are no songs in our set itself. So this is the part where we start actually adding songs, and they have to be in your tablet first before you do this. So then we tap on this icon up here, the plus sign on the top. And notice that since I have all of these songs in there right now, I can choose them. And this window pane right here will actually show the songs that I've chosen. Notice that there's a check mark with a circle around it. I've chosen that one, and that one in this particular order. You can choose them in any order. If you want to do the same song again, just once you get to the time it's going to come, the order of it, just tap it again. Like if I wanted Lo Único Que Quiero, if I wanted it here and in position number 20, I would just, and whenever I'm after 19, I would just tap on it again and it will add it again. So that way you don't have to be bouncing back and forth. So now, for instance, this particular set, I just chose these 3 songs. So I've selected them. And so now, since the right pane shows the list, I look at it. If I don't like what I see, I messed up or something, I can always tap on these little trash buttons. It'll actually throw it back to the list or take it off this pane, and you can modify it as you will. Once you do that, you can go ahead and click on this check mark at the upper right. Once you click on the upper right check mark, then your set has been created. Notice now it's now in the sets there under Test. Here's all 3 of the songs. Okay, if you tap on Sets, this will show all the sets that are in there. Notice Test is now there, and the ones that were Shane and Yvonne from these dates were there before, but now we have our new Test. So if I clicked on that Test right there, that the 3 songs that we chose for that one will now be over here. I'll just click on this side and I can scroll left or right to see them and advance if I needed to. Okay, now to upload a set. Now this is going to be important for all the musicians because once the director makes their set and puts it on OneDrive, okay, we're going to need everybody. Well, I'm sorry. This is actually the part that the director will use to upload the set so that everyone later can download it to their tablet. So directors, to upload, once you've chosen a set, like the test we just chose, these are the steps for you. Step number 1, when you're in the program, Soundbook Pro, you want to click on the Navigate again, right there. And then you want to select the sets button. Once you select the sets, you may have to press it twice so that you get into where it says all sets up there. Once you're there, you select which one you want to upload. Remember, we're trying to upload it to OneDrive, okay? Select the desired name. Like, for instance, if we wanted test, we select on that. Then once we selected test, notice there's the 3 songs we had chose previously. Shows test. We confirm that that's what we want to upload. So now we tap on this icon over here with the 3 dots. That's the next step for uploading it. Okay, once we've tapped on that, we then select the icon that looks like this is the share icon. And once we share it, okay, it'll actually start to upload it to OneDrive. You'll get this sub-menu pop up. Click on OneDrive. That's where we want to send it to. If you wanted to send it to another device or any of these other things, this is where you'd have to. But for now, since we're trying to share it with all our musicians, save it to OneDrive. Okay, OneDrive will pop up. Then you select this particular folder where it says Direction del Domingo, Sunday Sets. And then click on the Save button. And now it will have saved it to the OneDrive. Now, that concludes our seminar for today. Gloria a Dios. Hopefully this was helpful for everyone. Of course, you can always call me later, text me later. We're going to save this video to the website, to the Vida, so Iglesia Vida Nola. You can look at it later. The good thing about that, you can pause it, fast forward it, try it out, especially if you have a different format from what is shown here, and make the adjustments to your book. Okay, we love you guys, miss you all. Hopefully soon we'll be able to be jamming together. God bless you, and take care, and the Lord be with us all. Love you. Bye.